Good morning, Mizzou fans. Welcome back. Gabe DeArmond here with you for another day of PM in the AM, our daily quick video hit every weekday morning. This is Friday morning, January 3rd. Not going to be here with you on Saturday and Sunday morning, so we'll come back on Monday. So I want to take a minute to talk SEC basketball here. We understand football has been the big story for 6 months and really is the big story all year round for a lot of SEC fans. But SEC basketball making some serious noise in conference play opens on Saturday for Missouri and everybody else. The SEC so far, 185 and 23 in the non-conference schedule. The worst team in the league is South Carolina, which is 10-3 and has already gotten a win over Clemson, a likely NCAA tournament team from the ACC. This league absolutely loaded. A better year in SEC basketball, very likely, than the SEC had in football, which even though it was a little down for the SEC, still pretty good year. I asked Dennis Gates about the league after Missouri's win over Alabama State. He said it's going to be scary. He's talking about 12 NCAA tournament teams out of this league, and there are going to be good teams in this league that finish like 6-12, 5-13, maybe even worse than that. Missouri, not exactly the easiest opener. They are at number 2, Auburn. Auburn is 12-1 on this season. Most people think Auburn is the best team, not just in the Southeastern Conference, but in the country. But here's the thing. This is the least important basketball game on the rest of Missouri's schedule. And here's why. If you go get blown out at Auburn, so what? If you lose at Auburn, it's not going to impact your ability to make the NCAA tournament. Missouri has games next week at home against LSU and Vanderbilt before a road trip next week at number 6, Florida. That's just an indication of what this league is. But the LSU and Vanderbilt games, those are nearly must-win games for Missouri at home. This league has probably 4 or 5 teams that people are talking about Final Four potential caliber. That would be Auburn, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee. Maybe you want to throw Kentucky in there or maybe Texas A&M, but 4 or 5 of those teams are probably like Final Four caliber. The rest of the league, you're talking, 7 through 16, your ability to get a spot in the NCAA tournament, it's not going to be about how you do against Auburn on the road or Tennessee on the road or Florida on the road, all of which Missouri will have later this year. It's about how you do against those other teams that are kind of in that other group with you, teams 7 through 16. It's hard to see more than 12 teams in a league getting a bid. A lot of people, it's hard to see even 12 teams getting a bid, right? But if Missouri wants to be one of those teams that's in the mix, it's really about games like Tuesday night at home against LSU, next Saturday at home against Vanderbilt. Those are the games you've got to win. If you can pick off a couple on the road, if you can get maybe one upset of one of those top few teams, it's obviously going to go a long way. Draw no conclusions after Saturday at Auburn, guys. Can Missouri win? Sure. Anytime you take the floor, you can win. But realistically, Missouri starts the toughest conference in the country with the toughest possible game you could have in that conference. Saturday is kind of a house money game. Whatever happens, happens. Next week is when we start to find out what this Missouri basketball team is going to be. Once again, new feature here, PM in the AM. We're going to come at you sometime in the morning, every single weekday. 2 to 5 minutes, just kind of news of the day, whatever's on my mind. So appreciate you joining. If you're watching here on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, share, all of those things that help us out. If you're watching through the native video player on 24/7 Sports, we certainly appreciate that as well. Have a good weekend. Mizzou, Auburn, 3 o'clock Saturday. I'll come back, hit you Monday morning.